Are you asking yourself the wrong questions whenever you run into trouble? It always comes from this certain place of fear or panic, like it usually does for me. My first thought when a big challenge that I have no clue how I'm going to get around comes is, how in the world am I supposed to do that? I don't even know where to begin. And that question usually leads me to procrastinate on it because I get scared. I don't know what the options are going to be to fix that problem. Then this one time I just got exhausted with that frame of thought. As we tend to do, we naturally realize this frame of reference, this frame of thought isn't serving us anymore. So I'm like, all right, that question isn't working for me. Am I going to quit on this, kind of asking myself, am I going to quit on this frame of thought? Am I going to quit on finding a solution? And the natural answer became no. And it was like, this whole world opened up to me to where I was like, so we can't quit. That's not an option. I've already decided that. What options do I have? Because a lot of times our anxiety comes from a physical place where you're breathing really fast, getting yourself worked up, and a mental place where it's like you have so many choices and options, you don't know which direction to go with. So I said, which one would take the least amount of effort, but maybe give me the maximum amount of return? Which one would increase those things for me, allowing me to start faster and maybe get more for each step that I take? I said, out of everything I'm facing this one, this one. Just in case you were wondering, for me, it was training and working out. My schedule shifted drastically because I lost my job and I had to take on a new job. And this job wasn't as nice. The schedule was very demanding and the things were crazy. So I'm like, am I gonna quit on my routines now? Am I gonna quit on working out on my nature walks? And I said, no. How can I get the effect of those things and not be overwhelmed? What options do I have there? So one of the things I switched to was just working out solely at home. I stopped going to the gym. That would allow me to get up early in the morning like I usually did, but instead of giving up time driving and commuting, I could get dressed, drink some coffee, take some energy pill, whatever, and just get after it and get moving. And that solution came to me because in those moments of fear, like I don't want to lose all this progress I worked years to build up physically and mentally, because it feels good for me working out and moving. I need it. You might too. I said, let's survey the options. And when I decided, okay, I'm going to try that, don't know if it's going to work, all the anxiety, all that panic, it faded away. And that's the real secret to shutting down the anxiety when it hits you, and it's based around a problem or situation, is making a decision. And it doesn't have to be the right decision, it just has to be a decision that you're willing to take action and move forward on. We got 70,000 thoughts going on up here, and I realized that those 70,000 thoughts, you can't take them, compress them together and point them in one direction without taking the lead, without making a decision. Because otherwise your brain is throwing everything it can at you, all those bits of information that it inputs. It wants you to find something within there to solve the problem. So it overwhelms you with that. Your 3,000-year-old brain is a beast, but it's a beast that you can tame. Just keep following us to count. I'll teach you how.